everybody. I really missed you guys. I wish we were back at school together. But hopefully you've been able to get outside, sleep in a little bit, and enjoy the mostly wonderful weather. So creating these teaching videos is totally new for me. It's a good time to try and learn something new while we're all at home. So this is a nice challenge for me. You guys are probably laughing because you already know how to do all of this, but I am definitely not as tech savvy as all of you. So I'm having a hard time just looking at the camera and not looking here. But I also keep forgetting what I'm going to say. So I have little cue cards over here, but I'm also having a hard time looking at them and the camera. So I'll have to accept I will probably never be a YouTube sensation, and I probably should not have judged those who are too harshly, because you know what? This is really, really difficult to do. So I know that everyone is completely devastated that you don't get to write your literary analysis essay for either Tangerine or Frankenstein. But it's going to be okay. We're gonna start our poetry unit and have some fun with that instead. Your first task today is to watch the TED Ed video, What Makes a Poem, and answer 2 questions for me. The first is, what are the characteristics of poetry? The second, do you think that music is poetry? In some cases, music and poetry are almost indistinguishable from one another. In other cases, they're very different. So you tell me what you think. For task number 2, I want you to do some recall. At the beginning of the year, we read 2 poems, Choices by Nikki Giovanni and The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And we looked at both of those poems through the lens of choices and consequences, which is something we have taken throughout the entire year. We looked at in our advertising unit, and we looked at as well in the Frankenstein novel unit. Task 2 is all about reviewing your skills. So please listen to the TED Ed reading of The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And then there is a second video which has an analysis of the poem, which we have already done in class, but it's been a while, so it'd be nice to refresh your memory, and they'll talk through lots of great terminology and kind of get your brain jogged on all of your poetry information. Some of what you should remember from The Road Not Taken, we looked in particular at connotative and denotative language. For example, we focused on that word sigh, and we talked about how sighs can mean satisfaction. A sigh could also mean something sorrowful, or maybe some reluctance. You don't want to do something, so you sigh because your mom asked you to do the dishes and you just don't want to do it right now. We also looked at how word choice helps create a mood. We focused on the image of the yellow wood and what we envision when we see a yellow wood, and how we might take our understanding of a yellow wood and how we would feel about it and project that onto the poem. The Road Not Taken is also great because it uses the extended metaphor of a path in the woods to refer to the choices that we make in life and the consequences that come about because we make those choices. For task number 3, I want you to recall your poetry terminology. You're going to need this as we move forward in the unit. We have gone over most of this year as we pulled in poetry throughout all 3 of our units we have done thus far. A lot of this will also have been covered last year. 3 terms on this list that were covered last year but may not be as familiar to you because we have not discussed them this year are assonance, consonance, and rhyme scheme. We did a little bit with rhyme scheme in one of our poems in our 2nd unit, but that's been a while. So do your best with them and consider it a challenge. Your 4th task today is to take the quizzes on figurative language. You can take it more than once. Try to sign up for my class. No one has contacted me yet saying there was any trouble signing up. I know some of you had trouble with no red ink, and I am working on fixing all the snafus, but I can see that some of you took the quizzes already and it looks pretty good. If you have any trouble at all with the assignment today, please reach out in email or contact me in the Canvas chat room. I will be on and off the chat all day. I'll try and leave my computer open as much as I possibly can. And I will see you tomorrow with hopefully a better edited and slightly less cringy video. Bye!